Hi, Midlife Goddess here. Have you ever met somebody for a first date and thought, that was a huge waste of my time? I am zero attracted to them. There's no way, not if they were the last person on earth, would I want to have sex with them. Because that's kind of what dating is, right? You have to want to have sex with the person. And if you don't want to have sex with them at all, ever, not under any circumstances, then that date you had, well, I mean, some people are extroverts and they think, I had a good time. But if you are a little bit of an introvert, you might think, I just wasted hours of my life. Are you afraid of this happening to you? Do you not want to be miserable for hours at a time of your life with somebody who you're zero interested in when you meet them in person? I'm going to give you a few tips. Okay. So the first tip should be obvious. The other day I was talking to this guy and he checks a lot of boxes for me. If you've watched my other video about checking boxes, you already know that when we're making the statement of he checks boxes, we're not like that we know of obsessively attracted to the person, right? We just think he's cute. He's cute and he works on paper, right? So there's already that. But, you know, we had a lot in common. We both have dogs. We both really love our dog, probably too much. And we're talking about this. And I live 5.5 hours away from him. And he is more than willing to drive to meet me 5.5 hours away, right? And he asked me and I'm like, well, that's cool. I love the spontaneity. I love that. But he's like, well, what do you think about dates? Do you think, should I stay for a couple days? A couple days? Okay, that's when the alarm went off. Oh, that's not a good alarm sound, but you know what a siren sounds like in your head when you have a siren going. And I was like, no, I think an ideal first date is around 3 hours max, and really, stay tuned because I'm going to tell you some ideas where I think it's a little less, but 3 hours, okay, so he says, I'm not going to waste my time driving that far if we're not going to have a long date, if we're not going to get to know each other. I don't want to waste my time. I'm too busy. And I said, good. I really respect that you know yourself and that you don't want to drive that far just to see me for 3 hours. And I respect myself enough to say that I'm not committing to more than 3 hours with somebody I've never met before. Here's why. The last time, no, this has happened many times, but I'll just tell you the most recent. The last time I was talking to someone and we really had a lot in common, and he was very handsome and my type and checked all kinds of boxes. And he really wanted to meet me. It wasn't that convenient for me to meet him, so he decided to drive quite a distance, I think 3 hours to meet me where I was at the time. And he got there with all kinds of cool gifts, actually, really cool gifts. And, you know, I really did appreciate that. He brought me useful things and thoughtful things and lots of gifts. And it's nice when somebody who is very good looking, very successful, is doing all these right things for you, right? And I really thought, maybe, but I didn't get the, I want to rip your clothes off feeling towards him, right? And that, as I've said in my other video, that is rare. That's true love. That doesn't happen all the time. So there's a lot of companionship that happens, but true love is an instant thing. And I didn't get that. But we hung out, we were having fun, we were doing fun things, and then the kissing happened. And something about his breath, just the pheromones were not there for me. And it's weird because if the pheromones are there for you, I'll tell you what you'll taste or smell. Something very sweet. The person could literally be sweaty and gross and filthy, and you would smell something sweet around them. That is when your pheromones are compatible. So, this guy who's great on paper, who really is doing everything right, when I kissed him, that old song, it's in his kiss. Well, in that kiss, I felt a no. I felt if he was the last man on an island, sure, yeah, I could make it work, but not in this world filled with tons of people. No, I didn't feel, he felt it for me. I didn't feel it for him. So needless to say, we remained friends, casual friends, like we might check in once in a while, but I'm sure he was very disappointed, and we're both disappointed because the feelings were not mutual. And I honestly feel like men can feel that sexual attraction towards women sometimes easier than women can feel it towards men. Women are a little more complicated, let's say. Seems that way. I don't know. Tell me what you think. But because of that, because he had driven so far, he spent the night in one of my guest rooms, and the next day there was a terrible storm, and there was a threat of losing electricity. It was likely to happen. And in my heart of hearts, I'm going to admit to you that I was so grateful, because then I didn't have to hang out with him for another day or make up any excuse. I was like, we have to get out of here. When the electricity goes off and if trees go down, I can't be stuck here. I've got to work. I've got to go. So we left. Both of us left. And it cut the date short. But I was like, thank you, Mother Nature. Thank you, God, for cutting this date short, because there's nothing wrong with this guy. It just wasn't there. So to the other day, this very nice guy, very successful, very cool. See, I'm saying box check, but he does seem quite cool. Not necessarily like a deep thinker like I would prefer, but cool. Would I like to meet him if he lived close by down the street? For sure. But when he's willing to drive 5 hours to see me, and then he wants to stay here for 2 days, I say, absolutely not, no. Because I don't want to be roped into 2 days with somebody who I'm not interested in. Why would I? Why would he? And, while I respect that he wants a commitment of time, if he's going to drive that far, he's got to respect my commitment to my own time, which is I can't commit to that much time on a first date. Now I'm going to tell you how to avoid these situations pretty easily. Okay, but it's only going to work if the person's local. So, if the person's local, the absolute best dates are things where you're doing something that you're going to do anyway. For me, that would be walking my dog, right? So if I meet somebody, I'm going to say, I'm going to this public place to walk my dog, meet me there. I can see if my dog likes them. I can see how they are around dogs. I can see how they walk. We can walk next to each other, and we're not like looking at each other over coffee, like staring like, hello, how's your coffee? Mm-hmm. Good. Yes. How's your coffee? Mm-hmm. Yes. Have you been married before? Why did you get divorced? It won't be like an interview. You'll be walking next to each other. It's a great date. It's free. So as a woman, some women are just, I guess, broke, right? And they're so broke that they're looking to get a free meal out of a guy they don't like. If you're watching me, you're probably more like me, and you can buy your own food, right? And your time is more valuable than any dinner. So I feel like there's no reason to commit to a dinner when you're not sure how you feel. Commit to something you're doing that day anyway. If you go to the gym, well, I guess I don't know if you want them going to your gym, but if you can go to a place where you work out and you're going to do that anyway, do that. A walk is great. Another really easy one that I've done and I like is grocery shopping. Normally I order my groceries, to be honest, but sometimes I go grocery shopping, and you do get much better fruits and vegetables if you pick them yourself. It's the truth. But if I'm not sure how I feel about him, I'm going to say, hey, meet me at the grocery store and we're going to grocery shop together. He doesn't mind. He has to grocery shop too, right? Most men do their own grocery shopping, I've noticed. And they're really glad to have a woman there to tell them, like, maybe some things, you know, hey, have you tried this relish? It's really good with this. They like the tips. It's helpful for them. And then neither of you wasted any time. You did something that had to be done. The date is free. And like I was saying earlier about, like, if they buy you dinner, sometimes women feel obligated if a guy spends a little money on her. Don't feel obligated. Do not. And if you feel like you could feel obligated, an easy way to avoid that is just do something that's free. Do something that's free where he didn't spend any money on you, so you don't feel like you have to kiss him goodnight or something that you don't feel like doing, right? Make it a short date. Make it something that you already know you're going to do anyway. This works best when the person's local. If the person's long distance, I've just learned after many times, maybe I'll do a video of all the stories, of all the times when I've spoken to someone for way too long and liked them way too much, only to see them in person and really not like them, not feel any attraction to them. It's always a disaster when that happens. I'm trying to think if it's ever really worked out, and yes and no. I did meet someone who I really did think I liked physically, but then as I got to know him, I was pretty sure he was gay. Why, in this day and age, if somebody's gay, are they not just gay? Because I feel like nobody cares if you're gay anymore. I don't know. I mean, I've always been around gay people and since I was a kid, and it doesn't seem like a big deal to me to be gay. It just seems like a sexual preference. Who cares? But some people are still kind of in the closet about it, strangely. And this guy, I did like him, but I had the feeling that he really would have preferred to be with a guy. And how I noticed it is, like, when we were out, I would watch his eyes, and his eyes would be more likely to dart to a good-looking guy than a good-looking girl. So people can't really help where their eyes go. If you watch someone's eyes, you're going to know what they like. Helpful tip. Anyway, so about dating. Now we know. If you're going to date someone, this is how you avoid an awful first date. You do something you're going to do anyway. Something that's free, something where you've accomplished something on your checklist of what you have to do, and then nothing has been lost. And it's going to enable you to fit more people into your dating life, and you're not going to be like, I have to get dressed, I have to look wonderful for this very fancy dinner where we're going to sit there and stare at each other for 3 hours. You know, no need. Do something where you feel like you're accomplishing something. Anyway, the next date I've tentatively agreed to is to go to a shooting range, and this guy's going to teach me how to shoot and see whether I like him or not. I mean, I already know I like him as a person, but whether I like him physically, whether he likes me physically, he likes to shoot anyway, so he's going to enjoy it. I want to learn how, so I'm going to enjoy it, and it's a win-win. And that is how dates should be. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, please do. I'm just starting this channel. I decided not to do so much on my other channel, which is basically me talking about hotels, because I really feel like my dating adventures and experience with dating, specifically with dating younger men, an accidental cougar, not a cougar on purpose. But, you know, I feel like these things are more interesting. So that's what I'm going to talk about. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and tell me, what do you think is the perfect first date? And how long have you ever driven in your car to meet someone for the first time? And was it worth it? Would you do it again? Did you see them again? Did it work out? Or did you regret it? Or were you like, what the heck have I done? That's what I want to know. So, have a wonderful day and good luck in love. Bye.